Title: When the Bell Rings. It was the first day of senior year, and Emma was walking through the crowded hallways of Oakwood High, trying to hold on to the last pieces of her childhood before graduation swept it all away. She had always been the quiet one, bookish, introverted, and content in her little corner of the world. But this year felt different. It felt like the start of something new, something exciting, something that could change everything. Across the hall, standing by his locker, was Jack, the guy who had been a fixture in her high school life since freshman year. Jack wasn't exactly popular, but he wasn't a wallflower either. He had that effortless charm, the kind that made him friends with almost everyone without trying too hard. Jack was the one who always smiled, who always had a word of encouragement, who was nice to everyone, even the shyest girl in class. Emma had always admired him from afar, watching him laugh with his friends in the cafeteria, wishing she could be part of that world. But this year, she couldn't help but feel like something was pulling her toward him. Maybe it was the way he glanced in her direction in English class, or the way their eyes briefly met in the hallway as if he had just noticed her for the first time. Emma couldn't shake the feeling that maybe, just maybe, Jack had been seeing her too, and that this was the year things could change. It all started with a simple conversation after class one afternoon. "Hey, Emma," Jack said, catching up to her as she was packing her books into her bag. "Do you need a ride home today?" She blinked, startled, not sure if he was talking to her.
What?
Jack laughed, a soft chuckle that made her heart flutter. "I'm just saying, if you're looking for a ride home, I can give you one. You live nearby, right?" Emma felt a little flustered but smiled.
Sure.
"Thanks." That was it, the spark. From that day forward, Jack and Emma started to spend more time together. What started as casual conversations during car rides home slowly turned into something deeper. They studied together in the library, talked about everything and nothing in the hallways, and laughed like they had known each other for years. Every moment felt like a tiny piece of a bigger puzzle that was coming together. Jack was different from the people Emma had known before. He wasn't just the popular guy with a smile. He was someone who cared about her, about their conversations, about the things that mattered to her. And Emma? She found herself opening up in ways she hadn't expected, revealing parts of herself she'd kept hidden for so long. One afternoon, after a football game, Emma and Jack walked through the park near school, the autumn leaves swirling around them. They found a bench, sitting quietly for a moment, the world around them growing quiet as they simply enjoyed each other's company. "Do you ever think about what happens after high school?" Jack asked, his voice soft. "I try not to," Emma replied with a half-smile. "It's too overwhelming." Jack chuckled, nudging her with his shoulder. "I get that. It's just, I don't know. I think about it sometimes. About how things change and how we all go in different directions." Emma looked at him, sensing the unspoken words hanging in the air. She didn't know where their story was going, but for the first time, she wasn't afraid. She realized that maybe their time together wasn't about worrying about the future, but about enjoying the now. About living in this moment, this high school love, that felt so real, so true. As the school year went on, Emma and Jack's bond grew stronger. They went to prom together, laughed under the stars at graduation, and shared the last summer before they both left for college. When it was time to say goodbye, it was hard. But they both knew that high school had given them something precious, a love that was pure, simple, and unforgettable. They weren't sure what the future held, but Emma and Jack knew they would carry a part of each other with them wherever they went. And no matter where life took them, they would always have the memory of the high school love that had shaped them. When the bell rang on their last day, it wasn't just a goodbye. It was a promise that no matter how far apart they would be, they would always remember the moments when everything felt perfect, when love felt as simple as a smile across the hallway.